And he already bit his tail off, so I was like, holy crap. So then we like captured it in a cup and threw the lizard outside, and then I was like, screw it, I'm gonna let my cat go out there and hunt it. So then I take my cat out there and he's just out there patting at it for 30 minutes, not doing anything. So I was like, all right, dude, you ain't gonna eat them, then going back inside.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like our cat, uh, she came from the streets.
Okay. Our
So,
cat came from the streets too.
so she doesn't like being outside.
Your cat doesn't like being outside.
She hates it. We've allowed, like we've kept the door wide ass open for her, and she'll like run outside real quick, and then she'll turn her ass around and come back in.
Just enough to frolic and then come back in, I would
No,
say.
she won't even frolic. She's like, "Oh, I remember this. Fuck this," and then turns around.
It's like, where's my cushion at?
That's right. Yep.
See, our cat's the total opposite. He's gonna go on outside every chance he gets. Although yesterday we went outside and then I don't know if he like sensed like maybe a hawk or something was around, but he was like, no, I got to go back inside. He's like, nah, man, come on. He like it was the first time that I've seen him do it. I know he's did it with Cat, but the first time yesterday he ran back to the door. Usually I'm having to pick him up to take him back inside.
That's funny. Zach, are we playing or what?
I'm getting off PGA. Dude,
Why?
I hate this crap.
He
What do you mean?
doesn't play. He don't like PGA.
Why do you have it? How are you gonna have a game you don't even like?
He downloaded free game of the month. And he's like, no, I just want to play the career mode because I can play on easy.
I see.
Which we can still do a match where it's custom settings where everybody can run their own settings. But
That ain't no
at the same
fun.
time, if you beat me on easy, that ain't a dub. That's I'm sorry, that ain't a dub.
Definitely not.
Doesn't count. You are still an 0-0 until you level up pro.
Fine, he said.
Hello there, my name is John McCarthy, welcoming you to PGA Tour 2K23. I hope everything's going well for you at the moment.
Golf.
Sounds like fun already. We're
Golf.
into some match play golf here today. This is looking like a good time.
Are you jumping up?
Let's do it. We'll take those
I got
all day.
1 day left in this season
He's
for
looking
NBA
ready
2K
roll.
to get
See
to
how he does
40,
on this hole.
and I'm at 39.
I'm coming, Chris.
So, to answer your question, I can play later, but I can't play now. When I get to level 40, I can play.
All right.
Got about 235.
I done made it this far. I might as well try to reach level 40, and I got to today to figure it out. If I don't get it today, then it'll be the first season I haven't reached
Help is
40.
on the way, boys. Help is on the way.
Well, you say help is on the way. I don't know if that's help or if that's, you know, as long as you don't sell me. And, you know, pass the ball out of
Approach is heading
easy
right with the
dunks.
pin. A little off on that approach, but that's okay. Okay, he's getting ready to.
See, he's
fire.
not responding because he's not listening.
Yeah, he's not listening, but I can tell he was rusty last night. He hadn't played this game in a while because that man doesn't ever miss an opportunity to try to dunk the ball. Oh, I just got a 1 hour
Might be
XP.
bad.
How about that?
Dude, that's
1 hour
second.
double.
Okay, he's coming out of the deep stuff.
A 1 hour double XP. I'll take that. I'm about to be using all 3 hours of it tonight. I might be able to get to level 40 in no time.
This is our third shot.
You getting on, Jess?
I'm on.
2K?
Right, here's your friend.
NBA
He's
2K?
setting up on the green side.
Yeah.
Sand.
It was a free game of the month, and you ain't got no excuse.
Yeah, dude, I fucking hate basketball.
Oh, crap, dude. Let me get my daily reward.
Why
Hang
do you
on.
hate basketball?
It's just not. It was never. So I have a legitimate excuse.
This one's your
It was a
first shot.
sport that I played a lot, but I was never good at. And I hate it. I just hate it. I was half-assed decent at everything else I ever played in my life. Basketball, I always sucked. And so,
And this putt drops, you can go one up.
And you think people that play this game were actually good at basketball in real life? 'Cause
I don't know what everybody else's situation is. I'm just telling you
Heading
mine.
towards the hole.
Well,
Oh, that was
I was
almost
trash at basketball too. So
glorious.
Hell, I even played
For
hockey.
him, well, hopefully it'll be glorious.
And I was better at hockey than I was
Okay,
at
he's got
basketball.
2 feet to go here.
that's one sport that
And
I didn't have an opportunity.
also,
How do you
basketball.
play hockey?
Well, roller hockey, but I mean, it was hockey.
Okay, I was about to say, what are you born in Michigan?
No, bro.
Like, what
They're hockey and Gwinnett.
Yeah,
but we don't. What high school team has a hockey tryout?
no, you're right.
No,
There isn't
no
like
high
a.
school has one. You do travel.
But
Right,
also,
but like-
basketball is one of the only few sports where there's a freaking a requirement that is purely genetic.
What,
So you're talking about height?
Yeah, like you have to. I mean, it's not like how it used to be where you could have like one short little motherfucker playing basketball. But
It's still like that.
oh, like who is 6'1" and less that plays basketball that's good right now?
Trey Young.
How tall is Trey Young?
And he's
Trey Young's
probably
short.
6 feet. He's probably 6 feet, 6'1".
Hang on. We'll look this up.
Yeah,
Trey
look it up
Young
because
is an
but
all-star.
okay, so that's one guy.
Mosey.
You know,
6'1". He's 6'1".
Mosey Bose,
Third.
Spud Webb.
all right. Well, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about back in 1980
Dude, there's a lot of
when
players.
the fucking
NBA.
Globetrotters were a better basketball team.
All right.
Steph Curry's 6'2".
Yeah, Steph Curry's 6'2".
Yeah, but he's a genetic freak. He's good. He's literally good at every single fucking sport he plays.
He ain't no genetic freak.
You are a genetic freak if you are a NBA basketball player who can beat PGA golfers. You're that good at golf.
No. See, that's a terrible argument. And I'm gonna tell you why. You know why that's a terrible argument?
Yes.
Just re-invite me.
The reason why
Tell
that's
me
a
why.
terrible that's a terrible argument because his dad was an NBA player and he grew up in a community that played golf. So he grew up playing golf. That's a part of his lifestyle. That's part of most rich people or wealthy people that live in neighborhoods on a golf course.
Dennis Schroeder,
play golf.
6'1".
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder. There goes another one. I bet Steph Curry ain't gonna make no tackle on no football field though. I bet he can't hit a baseball. Bet he can't do those things.
Yeah, but you don't have to meet certain genetic requirements to hit a baseball.
Yeah, you do.
Like what?
What do you mean you like what? You do have to have some certain genetic qualities in order to be in the league in baseball. Yeah, and I can tell you that from personal experience. So I was drafted in '05. And
So what differentiates you from me playing baseball?
Second shot here on the third.
I would say
Condo Compazzo.
I would say
5'10".
speed. I would
Who?
say speed, arm strength, and
No. Okay, those are things that I can improve at.
okay.
McKinley White.
That's not a genetic.
5'9".
That's not a genetic.
David Stockton.
All right, I get it.
5'9".
I get it. Okay, I get it.
Jordan,
But what I'm saying,
5'9".
Jesus Christ, what
We're
I'm
on a
saying,
different sport now, Zach.
what I'm saying is that
I'm
there
doing the same
are
thing, man.
that most NBA players are tall as fuck, right?
Right. But
Okay.
let me ask you,
And-
you cannot get better at speed.
Yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
How?
You build your agility and your leg muscle. You
Okay,
practice.
can you get better at jumping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
but if
So
I'm
then why-
5'10",
that translates to the basketball court.
if I'm 5'10", am I ever going to be able to jump and reach a vertical leap as high as somebody who is 6'8"?
Yes, you can.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, there's no shot.
Yes, you can. In fact, most short people have better verticals than tall people.
Facts.
But I'm not going to be able to jump as high. Like, I'm not going to be able to reach as high as that person. There's no way.
But you don't need to. You're not playing center.
It's really deep into this rough.
Okay, well,
If you have ball handles like Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, I don't care if you're 5'4" or 7'3". It doesn't matter. You can play the game of basketball.
So what you're telling me is if Steph Curry was a full foot ass shorter than what he is now, he would still be as good as he is.
Fifth shot.
Well, no. 5'1".
Okay.
5'1".
Well,
Are
see,
you
that's
5'1"?
what. Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Why? Because there's a genetic requirement in order to play that sport.
Okay, well, how many 5'1" baseball players do you see? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Okay, 5'1". Okay, so say Steph Curry was
Professional
Up and down here.
baseball players.
I could tell you that there is a larger range of people as far as their height when it comes to
Hey.
baseball than
Can we go
NBA.
play basketball? I'm ready to go.
No, I'm not
Hey, he'll
done
need
with this
to
debate.
win the hole.
So, at the end of the day, every sport, regardless of what sport you play, requires a set of skills, right?
Absolutely.
And you can get better at those set of skills depending on how much time you put into those skills. I'm a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
I was 6'2". I'm 6'2", okay, weighing 185 to 100. Well, this is my game weight. Probably don't weigh that now because I don't work out anymore. But I was weighing between 180 and 190, okay?
This drop.
And I was drafted, right? Do you think that they drafted me because I had the weight?
Well, that hole didn't
No,
go.
Are
absolutely
you talking
not.
about playing basketball?
I'm talking about baseball.
I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. Baseball. See,
But I could throw 90 plus from the outfield. My bat speed was up there with the pros. I was running a 4.340, and you're telling me all those things you can get better at.
Let this
So
one
with
go.
basketball, same thing. If you got good handles, you got good vision.
you're not. You're,
Okay.
you're missing my point fully.
You're talking about height. Yes, height can matter, but height can matter in any sport.
Not
There's a big
necessarily.
Necessarily. If I got which one would you rather have? Catching the football for a game-winning touchdown. You rather have 6'5" Calvin Johnson who runs a 4.3, or would you rather have Tyreek Hill who runs a 4.3 and is only 5'10"? Who do
I'd
you
rather
want in
have.
that
I'd rather have
situation?
somebody who's 5'10" who can run faster than a 4.3. And you know how?
He's not running faster
You
than
know.
a 4.3.
You know how though? You can improve on your speed, and you can
Bro,
make yourself run faster
Answer my
than a
question.
4.3.
Answer my question. You're missing the point. Answer my question.
You're missing my point.
If it's a goal line situation and you need a touchdown, you got to throw a fade. Who do you want catching that pass? You want Tyreek Hill catching that, or you want Calvin Johnson catching that?
Well, first of all, I don't know either of those people. And it all depends on who's throwing the ball.
Okay, well.
But you're missing my
Calvin-
point. You're missing my point.
What's your point?
My point is if you're playing basketball, would you rather have somebody who's tall or somebody who's shorter?
Okay.
I'd rather have the more skilled player.
Okay, what if? Okay, so you're telling me that
I'd
you would
rather have
rather
the more skilled player. That's exactly what I'm
well,
saying.
skills can only go so far in basketball.
No, it can't.
Yes,
No, it can't.
Yes, it can. Absolutely. You can't have a
Skills-
center who's shorter than 7 foot fucking tall. It's the only sport that's a requirement.
Really?
You cannot have a short center.
What about Bill Russell? Bill Russell won how many? He won what 10 or 11 championships.
That's
and
one-
he
that's
was
one
only
guy.
6'8".
That's one.
And he was
and
a center.
he's 6'8". 6 foot. Do you know how tall 6'8" is?
Yes, I know how tall 6'8" is.
That's
Do you
fucking
know-
tall,
do you
dude.
know- do you know how tall the centers are?
Okay. Drop this.
Do I know how
He
tall
had-
what centers are?
Okay, so you're saying centers are what 7 feet tall, right? So if the
No,
guy's
I'm
playing
saying
center
that they're bad, but I'm
and he's
telling you,
dominating and
I'm
he's 6'9", then that ruins your argument.
no, no.
He's got about-
You're putting words in my mouth and telling me that what I'm saying is 7 foot is the minimum. No, I'm telling you that centers have to be taller than all the other players.
So far, so
That's
good.
they are the center. They're supposed to block shit like dunks and shit because they're fucking tall, right?
I get what you're saying, but that's
the
you're
only sport that's like that.
One position.
Oh, God. I want to play some games.
Wrong. So you're
See,
telling me that if you're, okay, I'm going to break another point too. I got one. This is my last point. We can go on the wreck. Shut up, Zach. We can go on the wreck. So
Okay, I'll
this is
accept
my
that.
last point.
All right, let's
So
see
if
how he
you're
does here on
left-handed,
this hole.
how many positions can you play on the baseball field?
Ooh,
You can
that's,
play every position on the baseball
No, you
field.
can't. No, you can't.
What
you can't.
position can you not play?
Okay,
You can only
second
play
shot for him on
outfield.
this one.
Pitcher, catcher, and first base. You can't play third base. You can't play shortstop. You can't play second base.
Okay,
So
well
you're
let's
telling me
here.
that
If
everybody's
y'all are going to
right-handed,
be looking up
that's genetics.
what centers are 6'9",
That's
let me
genetics.
let me look here. Left-handed third base man. Okay, so look. Anthony Rizzo, Mario Valdez, Don Mattingly, Terry Francona, Mike Squires 14 times. There's plenty of them.
There's no left-handed third baseman.
Yeah, I just read off a bunch of them.
There's no. Okay, go look up a picture, Anthony Rizzo, or anybody that you think that's left-handed that plays third base, and you send me a picture right now of them in a major league game with them throwing with their left hand and catching with their right hand. Don't worry, I'll wait.
He's around 185
I'll
yards
wait.
out from here.
All right, hold on. I'm sending it right now.
Oh, come on, dude. What are you doing?
5-iron on display for this one.
And I don't want to hear about
And this is your
the one
third
player
shot.
that plays first base and they ran out of players, and so he had
No,
to
that's
play
Anthony
in.
Rizzo. I just sent it to you. And when I honestly, when I played baseball, I played for a rec league. But when I played baseball,
Stuff here.
we had a shortstop and a third baseman, and both of them were left-handed. They were really good at what they were doing.
And your coach and whoever was coaching was retarded.
You telling me that the fucking Chicago Cubs coach is retarded?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm going to look it up. There's no way that
Yeah, I
someone
just sent you a
left-handed-
picture.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe that shit. I'm sorry, I don't believe it.
You just don't believe it because you're wrong. That's why.
Fifth shot's looking
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. You send me a picture of a shortstop or second baseman, then don't worry, I'll wait.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me just send this real quick, just to prove what I was.
I want to. You, in fact, you need to send me some footage. That guy, I want to see some footage.
Oh
What
my!
is this guy doing?
And this is your 6th shot.
Hey, real quick, how many one-handed basketball players have there been?
He's got 15 feet to the cup.
What do you mean one-handed basketball players? That doesn't matter. To be able to use both hands is a skill. It can be worked on.
Not if
That
you
can be
only have
improved
one
on.
hand.
That doesn't require genetics.
not if you only have one hand.
Well, how many one-arm baseball players or football players?
Not one arm, but
That's
there's
a broken argument.
No, there's.
What are we talking about? Just the Paralympics?
You don't remember that? You don't remember the pitcher that only had one hand and he pitched and caught with the same hand?
Yes, I do remember that, but I'm saying
Have there ever been a basketball player?
Occurrence. There might be. There's actually one in college right now that's
he's one-handed
with one hand, one arm. Yeah, he's
one-handed,
One-handed football player.
Yeah, there's plenty of one-handed football players.
Let her rip. Let's see how this hole goes.
But
like none on the NBA
Not the purest
court.
of strokes. Here we go with his 2nd shot.
Oh my gosh.
We've got about 2:15 to go from here.
Basketball is genetics.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's way more genetics than any other sport.
Nah.
A little too far to the right on the approach, I think. Well, you can't hit them all. This is his 3rd
Being tall
shot.
helps. It can help you. But at the end of the day, that
It's
height
the only sport
doesn't
where that
mean nothing
matters.
without skill. It
like this
doesn't
one's
matter
gonna
without.
be
It matters in football too.
green.
I don't see any 5'4"
Doesn't matter if you
linemen
can
out
run
there
faster.
blocking for quarterbacks.
Doesn't matter if you can run faster.
Show me It does matter if you can run faster.
No, I'm saying your height doesn't matter if you can run faster than the taller person in football.
You still be able. You have to be able to. But football is a little bit different, though. You're talking about 11 players on the field at one time that everybody has an assignment. We're talking about a sport that has 10 players on the court total with 2 teams.
So center has more than just a couple assignments.
Very facts. They have
Like
a lot to. They have a lot to understand. They have
No, I
blocking
not understand. I'm
assignments.
talking about what they have to do, what their goal is.
Sure. Yeah, they got to block.
Yeah,
Like I said, height is important too in football.
Nicely done. We're in
it's not as
How many
important.
centers-
It's
how
not
many
as
centers
important,
you see?
especially
Okay,
if you can,
well,
especially
you
if you
go
can
through-
run faster.
Even at the college level, you go through Georgia's roster and you go show me a lineman on there, and you can say, "Well, he ain't tall. Genetics didn't matter there."
on your opponent.
Go ahead. I'll work.
Talking about a lineman.
Big gulps, eh?
Yeah.
See you
I mean, lineman you see that's short.
Well, let's take a look.
And what are you considering short? Because if you're gonna throw all this 5 feet stuff on basketball, I need you to keep that same energy with football as well too. Other than a running back or wide receiver or something like that.
What are you,
Even
what are
a
you talking
quarterback.
about? Short?
That's the first thing we hear about quarterbacks. Well, we don't know if he's gonna be tall enough. Kyler Murray, I don't know. He ain't tall enough. You know how many quarterbacks have probably been missed out on the draft just because they wasn't tall enough? Don't tell me height don't matter in football.
How tall was Mike Vick? Mike Vick, 5'11"? My height?
Yeah, but Mike Vick was faster.
He was
than
what?
the whole
Yeah, he
world,
could
so it
run
didn't
faster,
matter.
right? He could run faster, so it didn't matter about his height.
And I hate to tell y'all this, but y'all wrong about speed. You can't teach speed. You either fast or you not fast.
That's not true at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's not true at all. I promise you that I could get from where I'm at right now. in 6 months, if I trade hard enough, I could go faster.
You'll never
I can
run
get
a 4.3.
faster. I would never ever
But you'll
get
never
taller,
run a 4.3, though.
no matter how much I
But
try.
you'll never run a 4.3.
Probably
You'll
not.
never run a 4.3.
Probably not, because
Never.
I haven't ever trained like that my entire life, like a lot of these guys have.
No, some people are just naturally fast, bro. That's just the way it is, whether you like it or not. Some people are.
What is
faster.
the genetics that makes you faster?
All right.
What is the genetics that makes you faster? There isn't a single thing.
I'm just telling you.
Oh, Lord. You need to learn how to lose an argument sometimes.
No, I'm just asking you how hard do running backs train, and do they get faster?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Okay, why they get slower throughout their career then?
Because they get old.
Were we just calling that old age?
Yeah.
So that's genetics, right?
No, that it's not a genetic defect.
What?
Everybody gets older. Not everybody gets taller.
Okay, so now we're talking about height instead of speed. I mean, I can agree with you on height. I mean, for sure.
I'm telling you, no. That's been my argument this entire time, is that you can't get taller, and basketball players are always taller than normal people, and that's how they become basketball players. There's a very small amount of really small basketball players, and they're not as around anymore as they used to be because they're short. There's a lot of really good short basketball players that'll never be in the NBA because they're short. There's plenty of football players who are short who are in the NFL right now. And who are really good.
But play what position? See, it's all about position. It's about context here, because you're talking about when we talk about.
If we're talking about shortness, I'm sure there's a lot of.
If you're talking about point guard, shooting guard, then I don't agree with you, because like height doesn't matter. It's about your skill. It's about your skill.
Zach just left.
So if you're talking about center, okay, whatever. You can have the height part.
Okay, I'm looking at
talking about point guard.
I'm looking at Georgia's entire football roster right now. It averages from 5'10" to 6'4".
No, I ask you to go. I ask you to go look at the average of the whole roster. You need to go look at your offensive linemen and your defensive linemen.
All right, I'm looking at my offensive linemen right now. 6'5", 6'6", 6'4", 6'7", 6'4".
Thank you. Thank you. Enough said. Thank you.
6. What do you mean?
So height didn't matter there when they went to go recruit those guys.
I mean,
so you mean to tell me
I would say that it didn't matter if every single one of those players was over 300 pounds.
Well, all I'm saying is height mattered there.
No, every one of them's over 300 pounds.
Yeah, and how you think they got to 300 pounds?
Eating a lot and you're training. You're training.
6'7", 6'6". Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Yeah, I guess they just train to get tall then.
No, they're not training to get tall. They're training their muscle mass.
Y'all still on this freaking...
You lost your argument, dude.
I didn't lose my... You were going completely past what I had to say about basketball at all.
Yeah, but you're talking about the center. That's obvious. I'm talking about basketball in general. So that's all positions included. That's all I'm saying. Like that. Okay, Brittany.
So let's see. Let's look here.
Oh my gosh, guys, just let it go.
The average NBA football or NBA basketball player's height.
Oh, come on.
Is 6'7".
6'7".
That's tall as shit.
Okay. And your point? That's an average. So what's your point? What did you prove with the average of the whole league?
Average football player's height.
4'2". Well, what you come up with?
It's a bunch of...
Y'all boys trying to piss me off.
I'm sure the average baseball height will probably be a lot shorter than football. At least that's just my guess.
I would imagine that it'd be taller than football. In baseball?
I mean, not necessarily because, I mean, I agree with you on baseball. Like, height doesn't really matter as much as it does in basketball.
Average football player is 6'4".
That's still pretty daggum tall. So I don't know.
Yeah, but there's
we're talking 3 inches.
Yeah.
We're talking 3 inches, buddy. And you want to tell me that height don't matter in football at some point? Yes, it does.
There's a question on Google. It says, "Can a 5'7" guy play football?" And the answer is yes. He can kick.
He can kick. There you go. And that's the only reason why their average is 6'4" is because of the kickers. Kickers and running backs. We know what the deal is. Kickers, running backs, maybe a receiver here and two. But even, look at the average height of a receiver. That's what I want to know. Or tight end. That'd be a good one.
Average wide receiver height in 2023 is 6'5".
6'5".
Yeah.
So height don't matter still? Or you?
I mean, if we're talking, yeah, it doesn't matter still.
Okay, it don't matter.
Because it says in the same article that there's a wide receiver who's 5'8" and 170 pounds that plays for the NFL.
So and that's one player. We named one player in basketball too. So.
Spud Webb.
YuGiOh. We're talking about people that excel too. Like we're listing people that like gave you numbers too.